Well, I got a minute till the show starts. Let's do this AI thing. Let me screen mirror this over here. Okay, so why does everybody love the Golf Kingdom TV show? Let's see what the AI says here. Let's see, Golf Kingdom, here we go. Oh, wow, whoa, look at this. Wow, there's a lot of information. The popularity comes from engaging storylines, cool, and well-developed characters. I'm a pretty well-developed character, I think. And humor, drama, suspense. Wow, I need to bring maybe more suspense to the show, but look at all this stuff. That's awesome. Maybe that's why we love the Golf Kingdom so much. And if we love it, you know what? Let's bring in our blueprint to start the show. Here's what we're doing on the Golf Kingdom. We're starting off with a surprise. Yes, I'm not telling you. It's a surprise. You've got to stay tuned for the next few seconds to see what the surprise is to start the show, but you're not going to want to miss it. Then Build It and Pop Culture come in, and in the middle of the show, we're going to go, where's Rob? Where am I? You're not going to want to miss that because I'm somewhere cool. Then it's Matrix, and as always, we tie the show together with A Time to Rise. Are you ready? Let's go, because it's time to build here in the Golf Kingdom.
Welcome to the #1 golf variety show in the world. Are you ready to build your game? Here's your host, Rob Strano.
Get up, quick. Look, it's raining. I just rolled over in bed, looked out the window, and it's raining. I've got the perfect opportunity to teach you what to do when it's raining out and you still want to play golf. And as a kid, I loved playing on days like today. I would play all day. In fact, I won the St. Louis District Junior Golf Tournament as a 15-year-old, all day rain just like this, and I shot the low score of the day. So I got some great tips to help you get this right. Now, let's talk about simple things. Number one, you got to get a couple towels. Get them up under the spokes of your umbrella here. Couple towels to keep things dry. Your glove Velcro's up here also. Get your glove in the umbrella. Now, a simple thing that I see messed up all the time is what do you do with your golf club? So if I have a club in my hand, the key with the club is that it goes in grip first. I see a lot of players, they put it in club head first and they're talking and the grip's getting wet. You're trying to keep this part dry. You're not trying to get this part wet. So we flip it in that way and we hold it like this. It also makes the umbrella lighter to hold. So we want to get it towels, glove. Here we go. Grip is in there, stay dry. So let's pretend like I'm playing now and I didn't just get out of bed. I've got a golf bag. I walk up, put my bag down. Key is put your bag down or you're at your cart. Stand over your bag with your umbrella till you're ready to pull the club. Get your yardage. If you got to walk over and look at the lie, you're staying under the umbrella. I'm looking at the lie here. Okay, I got a pretty good lie to hit play from. Back under the bag, keeping the bag dry. Maybe you've laid a towel over your bag or you've got a cover for it. Whatever you're doing, you're trying to keep your clubs in the bag dry. When I pull the club out of the bag, it goes in grip first. I can also dry it if I need to get it ready to go. Now I go into my pre-shot routine, staying under the umbrella, keeping the club dry. So one of the keys here in the rain is if I hit a low shot, there's moisture on the ground. The ball's going to skip. You got to account for the skip. It's not going to land like it does on a dry day. It's going to skip like a tire hydroplanes on the road. This is going to skip and go. So I'm going to hit a low one in here. It's going to land on the front of the green and skip back to the flag. So I'm ready to go. I'm under the umbrella. Club's dry. I put the umbrella down right here. Handle facing this way. Target line so I can come back and grab it. I get in my pre-shot routine. It's pouring down rain. I go in, a little practice swing to hit one low. Here comes a little low skipper back to the flag. Nice and low, it's gonna skip. Look at it go, rolling up there. Hey, that's pretty good. That's about a 2-footer. Now I'm back under the umbrella real quick. I'm gonna dry that grip right there, right away. Get it dry right away. Put the club back in the bag, get the bag, stay underneath it. Or if you're in a cart, pull the cover over it, whatever you're doing in a cart. Now, it's raining. The ground's getting softer. It's getting moister, which means the ball will land soft and not take off and roll far. You're not going to get big bounces. Now I'm going to hit one there a little higher. But first thing I got to remember is it's going to skip first. It's not going to grab. So I'm going to high shot, little skip, then a little grab, and it'll stop because it's moist. The routine's the same. I put the umbrella down facing me, not turned away. So I got to dance around it. So I put it down. Boom, right there. Going to walk in. Get the ball in play here. Now I'm going to hit a little higher one. So there's my little higher practice swing. There's my little higher practice swing. I'm looking at a spot about 10, 15 feet short of the flag. I'm gonna land it high and soft. There's a high, soft one, right at it, go in. Oh, almost flew in the hole. Landed, just trick. That was a great shot. So tips and tricks for playing in the rain. Umbrella faces you. That's a real simple one I bet you didn't think of. Club goes in grip first against the towels. You can dry it. You got your glove in here to stay dry. You're always doing things to stay dry and always taking your time. Don't get rushed. I rushed out of bed to get here to do this, to show it to you, but when you go play the shots, don't rush. I bet you find more success when you're playing in the rain. Let's get to building a better game here, and I'm gonna attack your backswing with the same drill, and it's gonna fix those of you that don't turn going back, and it's also gonna help those of you that turn too much. And all you're gonna need is an alignment stick and a club. So if your backswing is where you spin going back, we're gonna fix that and make it better and give you the correct feel for it. And if your backswing is where you just lift your arms, we're gonna fix that too. And you can do this at home, you can do it at the golf course, you can do it wherever. You just need to have an alignment stick or a wood dowel or whatever, and a golf club. Here's what you do. We're gonna attack those of you who just lift your arms going back. You just take your arms and do this going back. What you're gonna do is you're gonna put the stick under your arm, right here, or underneath your right arm or your trail armpit. You're gonna take the club and you're gonna grip it, and you're gonna get set up. And what you're trying to do is, as you go back, you're trying to turn this right away and get it pointed over there, and then catch up with your arms late. So it'll look like this. So I'm turning my shoulders, and you can see my arms aren't hitting the stick right away. They're late. So I'm gonna turn that shoulder as much as I can, the hip as much as I can, and I hit the stick way back here. So the key is I gotta get this side of me moving right here. I gotta get it turning. So the thought is I get this going and the arm is chasing it and it gets there late and you get this look, this big turned look. Now, for those of you that are just arm lifters, here's the thing we do to fix that. It's gonna be opposite. We're gonna completely flip it to help you get this right. What you're gonna try to do is this. Same thing, you're gonna put it right here. If you go back and you just spin as you go back, the opposite of the arm lifters we started with, if you just spin, your thought is, I'm not gonna move this stick and I'm gonna stretch my arms and get to that stick and not move it. So as you can see, by doing this, I'm not spinning my hips or my chest. This is keeping me still and I'm feeling the correct sequencing starting back of arms first, and this isn't getting crazy. So it's arms first, bump the stick, and now from here, now I start to turn and get the club back. If you watch your video and you find yourself spinning going back, that's your drill right there. Alignment stick, trail arm, set up, arms move and stretch as best as they can, and this doesn't go anywhere. If you're the other way, if you're an arm lifter and you're not a turner and you're trying to turn, you're trying to get this moving like somebody's grabbing it and pulling it behind you. You're here, it's going, and I'm not catching it with my arms until late in the backswing. Do these two drills, whichever one you are, and you will build a better backswing in your game. Well, I've gone low here. So in pop culture, I must be talking about something low. Yes, pop culture, where we use movie lines and song lyrics and those kind of catchy phrases. We're going to use a catchy phrase here. We're going to go on the down low to talk about something you should really focus on not doing in your golf swing. And I see it a lot on the practice tee at my academy when I'm working with the player and they come to me and their swing is on the down low. I'm going to give you two things to look for in your video where you get too low and how to fix those. Let's look at the first one. In the backswing, when you get on the down low, or what we would call too flat, as you look at your video when you go back, if your lead arm is lower than your shoulder, you're on the down low. What you want to feel like is as you go back, this lead arm is up and looks like it's kind of laying on this shoulder. So this part should look like it's laying on that shoulder. Otherwise, you're on the down low. The thing I tell players to feel like they do is as they go back, feel like you're just going to take this arm and kind of lay it over your mouth as you go back. So it's the feeling of coming back normally straight. And then when you get to here, feel like you're going to take this arm and just kind of cover your mouth or your chin with it. And that gets your arm up where it's not on the down low down here. So check that on your video. If your backswing is on the down low, you need to get the lead arm up more so you can shallow the club and hit that draw you want to hit. Now, let's flip it the other way. If you are swinging through and you're on the down low, I see a lot of players, they swing through, especially if they're over the top, and they're finishing down here on the down low. This arm is bent, this elbow's down by the hip. We don't want to be there. So if you're looking at your video you're taking, we've all got those phones out, and I know your buddies or you've got a stick with a clip on it, and you're taking video of your swing. If you come through and all of a sudden you finish over here on the down low, the thing you've got to work on is finishing up more. So you want to feel like as you come through, this lead arm is like a pointing dog. You're kind of pointing where you want to go, like hunting dog. There it is. I'm pointing at the target. Feel like that lead arm is going to point at the target, and your hands are going to finish above your shoulder, and you'll get out of the down low on the front side of your swing. Both of those will help you in your backswing or the downswing and your finish. Now, stay tuned. We got more great stuff coming up here in the Golf Kingdom.
The new AI Smoke driver from Callaway doesn't just have one sweet spot. It has multiple sweet spots across the entire face, intelligently mapped by AI using real swing data, making AI Smoke an average of 7 yards longer. So whether you hit one off the heel, toe, high, or low, there's a sweet spot there. You won't just be longer from one spot, you'll be sweeter from every spot. The new AI Smoke drivers from Callaway.
Hey there, it's Where in the World is Rob here on the Golf Kingdom, and we're at the home of golf. Yes, St. Andrews, Scotland, and I happen to be right here at the road hole bunker. Yeah, this nasty little hole in the ground right here next to the green. I'm gonna walk around it. You can see that it had a little rain here. It's a deep bunker. Look at how deep it is. I'm up here. I don't want to fall in, but then it's a little sliver of green. So the question is this: where in the world is Rob? I'm not in the road hole bunker, but maybe you've got deep bunkers at your golf course. Let's go back to America, and I'll show you how to deal with these deep bunkers where you got to flip the ball up high. Come on, let's go back. Okay, so we're back on this side of the pond. I'm in a deep bunker, and the thing you've got to notice right away is how deep I am in the knees at setup. I'm way down low because I'm trying to slip the club under the ball to get this thing to go really high out of this deep bunker. Now, as I start coming back with the club, you're going to notice it gets really vertical and really open as it comes back. And as it comes down, it's going to shallow a little bit, and you see me stay low and slide the club under the ball and flip it up in the air with the club head going up directly over my head as I finish holding that club face open. Now what's interesting is when we flip to the other angle, here I am coming right at you. Club face laid wide open, I'm low in the knees, and this is going to show you how vertical the club is going back. As I come down, here comes that little shallowing move, and then watch where this finish goes as the ball comes right at you. The club goes vertical and right up above my head. Look where my eyes are looking. My eyes are looking straight up, and that's where the ball went. Now what's really interesting here is, look at how open that face is. Remember, the ball's going to go where I hit the sand. So the open face, when it enters the sand, is going to direct the ball where I hit the sand. So watch this. As I come into the sand, I'm just a little bit behind it. Look how vertical the shaft is. As I slip the club under the ball's going up. It isn't even going forward. Look at, I am a couple inches past the ball, and the ball hasn't hardly gone anywhere. Look at, the ball still hasn't hardly gone anywhere, and the sand behind the ball is going up over the top of it. Now watch, the club has exited the screen. As I continue to go forward with the club, look at how vertical the ball is going. It hasn't even left the screen. It still hasn't left the screen. It's going up. I wonder what angle that's going up as that ball exits the screen and the sand goes up and forward. So as we continue to run this video, look at the angle now I'm going to run. We've got 57, 58,
59.9 degrees of launch out of this. That's pretty amazing. But the key is you got to get low and get down there, and you got to slip the club under the ball with a wide open face. Now, here I am at Whistling Straits in the deepest bunker there virtually, flipping it up and out. Watch the slow motion. I stay low in my knees, and I flip the club under with a high finish. We're going to go super slow to give you the last few keys again. Club vertical, slide it under the ball, big high finish, and see if this helps you get out of these deep pit bunkers when you get in them.
Well, obviously, it's time to get really serious in the Golf Kingdom. We've entered the Golf Kingdom matrix, the maze of numbers. Yes, golf is now launch monitors and data and physics and science and geometry. That's all it is. And we're going to talk about some of the deeper dives of numbers in golf here, the things you're seeing when you're using your launch monitor, and how do you understand correctly what angle of attack is. And recently, I got to enter the matrix somewhere else. It wasn't the Golf Kingdom golf matrix. Check out this picture of me entering another matrix. Yes, that is me in another matrix, just not golf. So we're talking about angle of attack today. And here's what we're looking at. We're looking at this video. This is true angle of attack with a golf club, right? This is angle of attack. Let's get it. We're getting the drywall out. This is me removing drywall with a pitching wedge. I bet you ever thought a pitching wedge could remove drywall. And this angle of attack, sometimes we feel like this is the angle of attack with a golf club. It may be correct for removing drywall, but in the matrix, when we're hitting a ball off the ground and trying to make it fly, that angle of attack for drywall doesn't necessarily work for angle of attack for hitting, let's say, an 8-iron. Let's bring up the next slide. So it's a quiz. So today in the matrix, we have a quiz. What is the angle of attack with an 8-iron? So angle attack means how much are you hitting down? How much is the club going down into the turf? So we have choice number 1. So if this is 0, there's 45 degrees of angle of attack. So choice number 2 is hardly anything, 5 degrees. Choice 3, 22 degrees, so 45, 0, 22. Choice 4, 17. So if that's 22, it's a little bit less than that one. So let's just go this way. Hold up your hands if you think it's number 1, 45 degrees. Hold them up. Okay, let's check and see. Oh, no. Number 1 went away. Obviously, it's not number 1. Okay, who says it's number 3? Hold up your hands. Let's check and see. Go. Oh, number 3 went away. Poof. The matrix taking numbers away. So we're down to 2 and 4. Okay, make your choice. It's 2 or 4. Let's see what the angle of attack is with an 8-iron, and it's, wow, number 2, 5 degrees. It's hardly anything. Let me show you the golf swing of a guy who's hardly anything with an iron and impact. Watch this guy, Tom Watson, hitting irons. Tell me when you see a divot. He didn't even touch the grass. This guy's won 8, 9, 7 majors, a bunch of majors, and watch him hit these irons. He's never taking a divot. He is cleanly clipping the ball off the turf every time. I tell a lot of my players that are digging trenches and holes in the practice tee, I need you to sweep it off the turf. I don't need you to crash your airplane into the runway. I need you to land your airplane smoothly. I don't need to miss the runway and top it. But if you practice coming down and sweeping the ball, you won't take gouges out of the turf. You'll shallow it out. You won't be so steep, and you'll fix a lot of things in your golf swing if you just focus on, like with an 8-iron and you're practicing, let's have 5 degrees of hitting down and not 45. It's our quickie segment. I can't talk introducing it. We got to go. It's 30-second tips. Number 1, it's about speed and power. It's like pencil lead. You got to be careful you don't break the pencil lead because you swing too hard. You got to make sure, like riding with a pencil, your pressure or your speed isn't so much that you're breaking your golf swing and breaking your golf shot. So like pushing down with the pencil, don't swing so hard that you can't control it. You've got to learn to line up the club head at impact. It's called having smart or educated hands. One thing I want you to practice is swing down and hold the face open. Swing down, turn the face closed. Swing down, make the face line up straight. Practice this and your hands will learn what that's doing. Well, when you look at me, you know what I look like here at setup. But do you know what you look like at setup? Here's what I want you to do. Get in a mirror like I'm looking at the screen here. I'm looking at my setup in a mirror and I'm going, yes, my setup lines, my stance width, everything looks perfect. I know what that looks like. Now you've got to learn what that looks like because you're looking at the ground to hit the ball. When you know what that looks like correctly, look down and see this whole view and learn what that looks like. Then you'll have both pieces correct. Let's talk approach shot strategy here. Here's our green. Here's a front flag. Here's a back flag. It could be here on an edge, there on an edge. On those days when maybe you don't feel like you've got it, that your iron play's not as sharp, you know what you do to these flags on the edges? You play to the center of the green. I have a friend who has a saying that goes, the center of the green never moves. It's always right there. Think about that when you're playing and your game feels a little off. You feel a little off. Put the ball in the center of the green and putt out to these flags, but get it on the green, and I bet you have a good score even when you don't feel good.
There's a new tour ball made for players who really know performance. They're playing the new Chrome Tour because they know something you soon will. They know it's fast, that it flies true, and feels like nothing before. They also know Chrome Tour does it more consistently. They know it's the new gold standard in performance. And so will you. Introducing the new Chrome Tour.
Mental game time, and we're going to talk about something from a high level to maybe a level you are. I'm going to give you an example of it. Check this video out. This is my buddy Marvin Goldstein. He is a world-renowned pianist. He came to my home and did a special concert. Listen for a second. Yeah, wow, he's awesome, isn't he? And you know what? He doesn't do this with any sheet music. In fact, what he's got here is a list of songs that we gave him, and he went from one to the other without any music. He is awesome. So world-renowned players, whether it's piano or golf, how many bad notes do you think he hits? None. Tour players, I was one at one time for 15 years. I didn't hit many bad notes. So when you're out there playing, I need you to understand you're successful in other parts of your life, business, family, all that stuff. You know what? You're going to hit some clanky notes. If you've ever pounded around on the piano like I do, and I'm no good, I hit a lot of bad notes. I'm a 20 handicap on the piano. You know what? You're a 20 handicap on golf. You're going to hit some bad shots, just like you're going to hit some bad notes on the piano. So the mental part is don't freak out. When you get done, I want you to remember your good shots. Sit down instead of going, oh my gosh, that was awful, that was awful, that was awful. Go remember your good shots. Find those and lock them in your mind and forget about the bad notes you hit on the golf course. Well, we've moved on to our white set to make things really clear for you to see. I've got myself divided in one color on each side for a specific reason, because I really want to drive home how important it is to move athletically and correctly in the backswing. Let's go to another sport like tennis. If I have a tennis racket and I go to hit a tennis ball, I look like this as the ball's coming. My angles are this way. You don't hit a tennis ball when it's coming by going like this and running up on it. You're here and then move into it that way. Same thing in golf, but golfers seem to have a problem because they're told, keep your eye on the ball. And when you keep your eye on the ball and keep your head still is another one, you end up tilting the wrong way. So a tilt the wrong way will make the black side of this curve that way or towards the target if I'm hitting a golf ball to my left. So that right there is how it looks wrong. This hip goes sideways. You can see the curve comes like this. If I feel like someone's holding my head still and I don't look up and do it, it'll look like that. That's incorrect. Just like I showed you the tennis or throwing a ball. You want to feel like you're creating a line that looks this way as you go back. So a correct line will look, when I go back, like that. So you can see the angles going this way. Look at the black outline of my edge of my body against the white. It's an angle this way. You can imagine there's a brick wall right here. And as you go back, this hip isn't going to hit the wall. You're going to put your upper half over the wall, and you're going to go and just stretch like that. You can take the club, put it across your shoulders. Same little game. I've got it here, and I'm going to make this club match that wall, and my hip isn't going to hit it. And I get this move. You can see my head is floating to my trail side as I get there. So we want to get this look as we go back. This suit, 2 different colors, helps you see this angle. Hopefully it helps you see it when you look at your videos to help you get it right. Okay, it's time to rise. Yeah, I got something cool that's going to help your golf game and maybe help you in life too. And one of the things I really preach in my lessons at my academy is persistence. I'll tell a player when they're making a change, look, we're going to stick with this, because our mistake is if we try it on the first time and it doesn't work, we just throw it away and go, oh, that didn't work. It's kind of like I always say, like when a woman's having a baby, she doesn't push once and it doesn't come out and she goes, well, I guess I'm keeping it now. No, there's a lot of work that goes on there. Same way with your golf swing. I need you to be persistent. If you're working on something, keep at it. It may work on the 4th, the 9th, the 12th, or the 18th. Your job is to be persistent. In lessons and coaching, most of the time I am preaching persistence to the player. Stay patient, stay with it, keep going, and then they get it, the click happens, and away they go. We've reached the end of another great show. I know I had fun bringing it to you. Let's bring in the strand notes and review it. Right off the bat, I showed you how to play golf in the rain, and I gave you a super important tip. That is, take your time in the rain. You have to be a little more patient and be ready to go, and don't rush to play well so you can keep things dry. Then we went to St. Andrews and back to America in Where in the World is Rob, and I showed you how to play those deep bunker shots, and the key there was finish high to get the ball to come out high. And then we visited the matrix and we talked about angle of attack and how much you hit down, and I reminded you that with an 8-iron, it's only 5 degrees down. We're not hitting down 45. So those 3 tips should help some different parts of your game improve. Now, to find more of the Golf Kingdom, go to our YouTube channel. Yeah, subscribe there. All the shows are there. Some special clips are there. And all the interviews with our guests are also on our YouTube channel, The Golf Kingdom. Thanks again for being here with me for another great show to help your game.